Thank you for joining me today. This is the third leg of the journey to Bartlett Lake. We finally got there. We're going to camp, we're going to cook, we're going to hang out. Thank you for joining me. Alright, I got to camp, everybody, got everything set up. I am currently at Bartlett Lake on the Bartlett Flats area. As you can see, I have a pretty good view from my campsite. I do have some neighbors a little bit off to my left. One of them has a very loud jet ski, but that's what happens here at a lake. As you can see, I got my Gladiator set up here with my Top B rooftop tent. It is going to get cold here tonight. Well, cold for me because I live in Arizona and I'm acclimated to this weather already. And so I have the Vevor diesel heater set up. Coffee yard, dual burner stove. I have a 200 amp hours of lifetime lithium ion battery. 2000 watt inverter, Victron DC to DC charger, propane tank for the Ignite fire can. Don't think I'm going to end up using that because I do have a little bit of firewood. We're going to have ourselves a fire. Sit under the overland vehicle systems awning. Have my chair, my speaker so I can watch a movie, and some water. And we are looking forward to having a good night. Does look like I'm going to have an incredible sunset here, so I think I'm going to go ahead and do a time lapse of that. All right, talk to y'all later. Guys, one of the best things about camping is the meal. It could be the same thing that you'll eat at home, but it always tastes so much better when you camp. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to end up making the chicken stir fry, utilizing some of that chicken that I used earlier today for the quesadillas. It's been in the Hot Logic staying warm the entire time. I'm not going to sit there and chop up everything for the stir fry. I just went and bought a bag of teriyaki stir fry mix, and that's what we're going to use to have this little cook up. So let's get started. Teriyaki stir fry. I'm not planning on making this whole thing because it's more than I'll end up eating. But I do find it interesting. A lot of the overlanding and camping YouTube channels, that they make so much food and it's just one person. I'm thinking to myself, that is a lot. But that's not what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna eat, make what I'm gonna eat. You know what I mean? No haste, no waste. Let's go and get some of these veggies poured in here. Now I do know that a lot of these veggies are going to end up cooking down, so that's fine. The thing I like about these little meal packs, it does come with its own sauce, so that's good. So go ahead and give these a little toss. Gonna add a little bit of water in there to help reduce these veggies down. Let that cook for a little bit. I think I got a phone call from another blonde. Sure did. Scottsdale Blonde. Husk Brewing Company. This is only my second beer of the night. Probably only going to drink 3 of them. When I sit down and have the meal, kind of explain what's going on and why I have this YouTube channel now. A lot of different things. Obviously, kind of explain the name of the YouTube channel, Mobbing with Melanoma. I'll get into that. But for now, let's just get this cook up going because I'm pretty hungry. I will say this coffee yard stove cooks really fast. I forgot how many BTUs it has, but it's real fast. I mean, let's be real. It looks like one of those Genesis cook systems. Looks just like it. I think the Genesis system's a little bit bigger and a whole lot more expensive. I mean, I'm a baller on a budget, so anything I can do to pinch the pennies, I will. You know, I know people say buy once, cry once, but shit, sorry. Sometimes even the cry once price is pretty expensive. There's always that overlanding tax or camping tax or whatever kind of tax you want to call it, but it's always there. So now I'm actually going to go ahead and get the chicken out of the Hot Logic that I have. It's been warming up, like I said, for a couple hours since I had lunch. I'm going to go ahead and take some of this meat out, some of the chicken out. Oh yeah, there we go. It's nice and warm. Nice and warm. Okay. What did I just do with the tongs? Here we go. Grab some of this chicken. Throw it in here. A little bit more probably. Put this back in the Hot Logic in case I decide I want a snack tonight. Oh, that sauce is good. Make sure I get everything coated here in that sauce. Might need to put a little bit more in there. Alright, there we go. A quick and easy chicken stir fry. Sure, it's going to be pretty tasty. Nice and warm. Let's go ahead and get this cut off. Go. All right. Put some of this food back real quick. Put it back in the fridge. Alright, time to go ahead and get this grub off. Alright, well, time to get this eat on. Like I said, I did want to explain a little bit about why I started this YouTube channel and the name behind it and things like that. So, I'm a Navy veteran. I did intel. I was an intelligence specialist in the Navy from 1996 to 2000, and after I got out of the military, I went and worked for the state of New Mexico Corrections, where worked in what's called P&M, which is in Santa Fe, New Mexico. It's the maximum security prison there. I did that for a while, and then I moved over to juvenile corrections, which was a tough gig. Did that for a while. Some of the stuff I did when I was actually in the military, the only one that's really kind of declassified is the Operation Infinite Reach, which was the first attack into Afghanistan. I was part of the planning crew on that, did the bomb damage assessment, obviously helped with the intel collection, things like that. Afterwards, there were some other things that went on. I did go ahead and file for disability, and I was approved, and 70% service-connected PTSD, and then 30% unemployable. So I'm actually not able to work. And so what I've been doing with my free time is I like to go camping. I get into nature. I love going to the mountains. Usually it's me and my dog. We have a good time out there. So last July, I was camping and my dog popped his head up and hit me in my nose. When he did that, I thought my nose was broken. I went for a couple days with a stuffy nose. It didn't clear up. One night I sneezed and the entire left side of my face swelled up. Went to the emergency room. Thought that I had a hematoma inside my nose. I went to an ENT. They checked it out, said it wasn't an melanoma, and they weren't quite sure what it was. So they scheduled me for a surgery, did a biopsy, came back positive for melanoma, mucosal melanoma in the sinus. Mucosal melanoma is rare and it's aggressive. My initial prognosis was 6 months because they found it early enough and they were able to resect the tumor with clean margins. The prognosis got a little bit better. Then I did 36 consecutive days of radiation therapy, ended up getting 3 weeks off, and I started immunotherapy. And I have immunotherapy every 28 days now. So I actually feel good. I like to come out and do what I can, enjoy the time outside. You know, no idea how much time I have left. Could be a year, could be 15 years. The good news is that there is some promising research, and as it stands right now, it's a 33% survival rate up to 5 years. So that's kind of the marker we're going for. And, well, actually, we're going day by day. But I'm living life to the fullest, and coming out here doing things like this is part of that. So that's my story. I hope, you know, I'm able to keep doing this, and you guys watch and share, support however you can. It's a brand new channel. Yeah, so that's it. I'm going to go ahead and get this dinner eaten, and then I'll come back. Thanks for your time. You know, the interesting thing is I mentioned purchasing some budget items. Well, I try to purchase quality budget items. I don't go and buy junk or anything like that. You know, being a disabled vet, that doesn't work, and having cancer, money does get very, very tight. So, you know, I don't cheap out on my sleeping bag. On my truck, I didn't cheap out on suspension, tires, anything like that. The tent, I did go the Amazon special route. That's all right. It works fantastic. So I do watch a lot of YouTube videos for camping and overlanding and things like that. As far as that cook stove goes, I do watch Matt from Ozark Overland Adventures, and of course he has a lot of equipment. He gets a lot of stuff sent to him for testing and things like that. And I like the fact that he gives honest reviews. Or at least I feel like they're honest reviews. The first thing I bought from his recommendations was actually that Set Power refrigerator, and honestly, it was the best purchase I've made. I use that thing every day. It runs 24/7 off of my lithium-ion batteries. But since that worked out so well, he did give the coffee yard stove very good review as well. And so I went ahead and took his advice and purchased that. So the stove, the little cooktop thing that I used earlier this afternoon, was reviewed by the Outdoor Gear Review, and he gave it a very good review. There was a fish jumping just now. He gave it a very good review, so I went ahead and picked that up as well. He also reviewed this particular table that I'm using, and I, for the life of me, can't remember what it's called, but he reviewed a table, and you know, it's just one of the little roll-out aluminum top tables, fold out nice and easy. But it works great. The diesel heater comes from, it's a Vivor, so it is a Chinese diesel heater, but it's the same one that almost every overlander or every camper uses in the winter camping. Some use the tall skinny one, some use the square. I ended up picking up the square one, and I use it all the time too when I camp in the cold weather, and it's phenomenal. I love the fact that it's a dry heat, so I don't have to worry about the condensation inside the tent. But yeah, that's kind of the deal. Again, the Ignite fire can is something that everybody seems to review and everybody seems to love, and I think it's fantastic as well. Living in Arizona, we do have a lot of no-burn summers. Almost every summer is a no-burn summer. So it is nice to be able to have a little bit of fire for ambiance. Obviously, it's not a big, massive fire. It's not going to, keep you super warm, anything like that. But honestly, it's more for the ambiance, more for the setting. But anyway, that's kind of my story, man. I'll keep you guys posted on how I'm feeling and how I'm doing. Get back to this food, listen to some music. I'm gonna let it record though, so I guess you guys can watch me eat if you're weird. Whatever. Enjoy yourself. Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's about 9:30 at night. Temperature's probably about 45 degrees. It's not too bad. I am running low on firewood, so throw on the heavy jacket, skull cap, some gloves. I'm not cold at all. I'm actually very comfortable, very warm, actually. As soon as this fire dies out, I'll probably hook up the fire can and sit by that for a while until I get ready for bed. Just wanted to say thank you for joining me on this journey tonight, and I'll see you in the morning. Planning on having some breakfast burritos, country style. So I'll see you guys then. Have a good night. Good morning, everybody. It's a nice, cool 40 degrees this morning. Gonna make myself a coffee, and then we're gonna get breakfast going after I warm up a little bit. So let's get this going. Need to get myself one of those flat bed cover things. I think Hope Road makes one, so I'm probably gonna check them out. Not exactly sure, but I'm pretty sure they make it. I definitely need to invest in something, because this doesn't fly with the thing sliding around a bunch. I was saying that this particular burner is the one that got recommended from the Outdoor Gear review, and I quite like it a bunch. As far as the coffee system that I use, it's the Stanley French press. Found it works great. Yeah, the Stanley French press. It's fantastic. Nice little handle here. Real simple to use. Just pour some water in there. I'm actually going to give it a quick rinse. Coffee grounds in there from the last time. So yeah, just a quick rinse there. You can fill it up with as much water as you want, obviously. I'm not scientific. I just go by how thirsty I feel. I feel that thirsty. I do have coffee that I brought from home. It's just some obligatory or some random coffee brand from Fry's or Kroger, depending on what part of the country you're in. Now, normally, I just screwed that up. Normally, I have the water boiling first, but I'm half awake, so this is how we're doing it today. We're just going to set that on there and let it come to a boil. And we'll have ourselves some coffee here shortly. Alright, it's been about 5 minutes to let it steep, so we're going to go ahead and press it now. You do want to take this nice and slow, because you can get it to push back at you. But yeah, just nice and slow, press it down. It doesn't take a lot of force. Anything like I like to give it a little twist while it's down there, get any extra little bit of coffee that might be in the grounds or any extra juice that might be in the grounds. Have a mug that I got from Coffee and Crawlers, Desert Rat in Chandler, I believe it is. It's actually, this one's in Tempe off a rural road. They have I believe it's the first or second Saturday of each month. They have a Coffee and Crawlers and get together and read how-to tips, winch classes, things like that. So definitely check them out. It's a free cup, so there's a prize that I won, I guess. All right. Oh, the other thing I have, I brought myself a little bit of coffee creamer. Can't have coffee without. Oh shit! I broke it. Must have been too cold for it, I guess. That's a little bit of creamer. All right. That looks delicious. See what it tastes like here. That is really good. Really hot. Obviously, it just came out, so I'm going to kick back and enjoy this, and then start up on breakfast, and then break camp from there. All right, it's time for breakfast. We're going to cook up some breakfast burritos. Stuff for that. Some sausage, some potatoes, a little bit of cheese, and of course some egg. Couldn't find egg whites anywhere. That's typically what I like cooking with, so I just took some eggs from home, put it in a water bottle. All right, let's get this going, shall we? So far. Now the last ingredient I'm going to add is actually some sausage gravy. I'm adding this because after all of the radiation treatment that I received and the immunotherapies that I'm getting, I don't have a lot of saliva production. And I know it's a little bit gross, but it is what it is. So I need to have food that's a little bit juicy. And although scrambled eggs are inherently juicy as long as you don't overcook them, adding some kind of sauce or something soupy to my food really makes it a lot easier for me to eat. Not to mention I do love sausage gravy. That kind of looks like that's the chicken right there. Cheese on that. And we have some breakfast burritos ready to go. This ends the 2-day journey to Bartlett Lake. Thank you for joining me. Please remember to like and subscribe. Share if you want. I would really appreciate it. Have a great day and see you soon.